Hey everybody, it's the Sketch Monkey here with a brand new video for you. So, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day about drawing and sketching in general. And he thought that he could not draw or sketch anything. He said he's not artistically gifted, I guess was his words. So we did kind of an experiment, and I want to show you that same thing. And I'm going to show you how to sketch a chair in perspective and not just side view, but how to sketch a chair and how anybody can follow along in these steps to do just that. So bring out a clean sheet of paper. It doesn't matter what kind of paper. You can use the back of an envelope or whatever you have available. And the same goes for the pen. You can use a marker, you can use a big pen like I do, or you can just pick up whatever marker you have and pen or pencil you have around you. And let's get into this. So first of all, step number one. I hope you're ready. If you're not, pause the video and get this pen and paper ready. Step number one is to make a V shape like this. Let me show you. Two lines like this. All right. So now that you have this down on the paper, we want to connect these by creating the opposite lines. So two more lines, but like an upside V. So something like this. There we go. Doesn't have to be perfect. Don't worry if your lines are not super straight. That's not the point. So what we want to do from here is to create the backrest. So we're going to do that by starting from this corner and this corner and just go up like that. Straight up. And what we need to do now is to connect this with one single line like that. From here, super simple, we want to create the legs, and the legs obviously come down from each individual corner. So we have 4 different legs that come down from this point right here, this point right here, and then we have one coming down right there. So what we want to do now is simply put down one line for each leg. So let's just draw one line down there, and then another one down here, and then a third one down here. And then this line is not going to be visible, obviously, since we have the seat is in the way, but we can kind of trace it and then follow it down somewhere there. I would guess it pops up, and here comes Rosie. She wants to say hi as usual. Rosie, you kind of have to go down from the desk. I'm sorry about that. So what we have now is basically a chair. And congratulations, you've managed to sketch a chair in perspective. How easy was that? So what we can do now is to simply use this shape to design the chair and come up with different shapes, so we can play around with curvatures and radiuses and thicknesses. What we do want is to create some thickness to this, so we do that by just drawing parallel lines to the lines that we already have. So I'm gonna add some thickness to this, for example, right there. Same goes for the seat. So I'm gonna add some thickness to that. All I'm doing is drawing parallel lines to the lines that we already have. Now they might not turn out to be like super parallel, but that's not a big deal because it's the first sketch that we're doing. So we can go back and create more chairs like this if we want to. And the same goes for the legs. We want to have some thickness to them, obviously, so they're not, you know, just sticks sticking down. And maybe we can make a circle down here, something like that. And then same goes for these. The rest of the legs, just make a parallel line to the lines that we already have. And create whatever foot you want for these. I'm gonna do it like this, some circles, very, very simple. And boom, there we go, we have our first chair. Now what we can do with this, we can take this chair and we can play around with different shapes. So for example, we can create some. First, let me sketch the basic perspective out here. Like that. This seat is probably too long, I would say, so I'm gonna cut it off right there instead. That's the beauty of sketching. You can just adjust as you go and fix things if they look wrong. It's very easy. So let's say we want to kind of create some curvature to this. So what we can do is we can use the line that we have already and then just add a curvature to it like this. Like that. We can add a curvature to the backrest. So maybe it's more comfortable that way, who knows? And we can add, maybe we can add even some curvature to the legs. Let me just fill in this line over here so we see where the chair is actually ending. And by the way, we also need a section line between the backrest and the seat itself. So I'm gonna sketch that out real quick. So let's add some curvature to the legs as well. And for me, the faster I sketch, the smoother the lines. So when you're sketching, you kind of want to practice the speed of your lines, because if you go slow, your hand can tend to kind of get wobbly and you don't have the same smoothness in the lines as you do when you go faster. But at the same time, it requires some practice, of course, but you're gonna get the hang of it eventually. But it's good to start early to sketch fast and try to improve your accuracy even when you're moving the pen fast. We can add some curvature to this as well, since it's basically another leg, so it should have the same shape as the rest of them. And this should end somewhere around there, and this would probably end there. And let's just show that there is a fourth leg back here. There we go. So what we did now, we took the same kind of concept that we did with this chair, the first very geometric looking and not comfortable at all looking chair right here, and we took this shape and we kind of just used the same lines, but we added some shape and design to the chair. And that's what's so fun about sketching. If you have the basics down already, if you know how to sketch the basics in perspective, then you can play around with this and just create whatever shapes you want and add some curvatures and even cool materials to this. I also like to add some section lines like this just to help myself see how the shape, how the forms are bending and turning and stuff like that. It just makes it easier to read the shape when you add section lines and center lines. So let's make a third design down here, which is going to be more of a circular and round chair. What I want to do now is just create an ellipse. So let's start by doing that. I hope you're following along in this video and actually see for yourself what you can draw when you know how to get the basics right. So we can make an ellipse like that. We can make another ellipse up here, and then maybe connect these somehow. Like that maybe. So this is going to be cut down here. And I'm gonna add a section line to this and a section line to the seat as well. And then we can add some line weight because it gives more of a depth to your sketching. So I'm gonna add some line weight to this. And also add some line weight to this. I have a kitten in my lap right now. One of our foster kittens. I think she's hungry. So I'm just gonna finish this sketch real quick and then feed them. Yes, I know you're hungry. Hi. 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 Yes, hold on. I'm almost ready. Almost ready. Alright, so add some line weight to this. Kinda have to finish this quick now because she's climbing my leg. And then we can add some legs to this as well. And make some more round designs, I guess. Something like that. Hey! Your food is in here, little friend. So I just decided to pause and give them some food because they were going crazy. But to continue with this sketch, you can just have some fun with it. And add some cool curvatures and circles and radiuses and whatever you want here. Something like that maybe. And we have a weird looking chair, look at that. So this is a more of a round design. So we went from this chair number 1, which is the basics of perspective and basics of the elements of a chair. So we have the seat, backrest, and 4 legs. And then we took this kind of style of sketching and we implemented it in a different design with more of a curvature to it, more design and just more fun basically. This is kind of a boring shape. We wanted to add some dynamic to it by adding some curvatures. And then we took that one step further from number 2 here to number 3 down here, which is completely round and using ellipses and pretty much all curves and not one straight line. So try this out. Start by getting this right in perspective, and then you take that sketch and you implement some more cool ideas of your own, and then you can start to design a bunch of different chairs or whatever product you want to sketch as soon as you get the basics down on the first one. So I hope this video was useful to you, and I hope you realize that you can actually draw stuff like chairs, for instance in this example, if you just put your mind to it and start with the very basics. So if you like this kind of videos, don't forget to like, and I appreciate it if you subscribe as well, and let me know below what kind of videos you want to see and what kind of products maybe, or cars. I love to sketch cars, as you probably know. Whatever you want to see, let me know in the comments below. I'm more than happy to help you out with that. I'm the Sketch Monkey, and I will see you in the next video.